What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report for Thursday, February 26, 2015. Delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. Or on Twitter @The Enter Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just search for the Entertainment Report and it'll take you to the page. Kanye West has finally apologized to Beck for rushing the stage during the folk singer's Best Album win at the Grammys on February 8th. West tweeted Thursday, "I would like to apologize to Beck. I'm sorry, Beck." And now, an infamous moment during the awards broadcast, West approached the stage just as Beck was about to accept his award, allowed the even more infamous Taylor Swift moment. But turned around. Not one to stay silent, though. West later ranted that he thought Beyonce should have won the top honor and demanded the recording industry respect artistry. West followed up his Beck mea culpa with another tweet squashing an old beef he had with singer Bruno Mars, then asked if Mars would collaborate on a future project. He tweeted, "I also want to apologize to Bruno Mars. I used to hate on him, but I really respect what he does as an artist." For years, most US and UK music releases have hit shelves and digital retailers on Tuesday, but all that is set to change this summer. The International Federation of the Phonographic Industry has adopted Friday as the new worldwide release date for albums. The organization, which represents the recording industry's worldwide interests, cited several reasons for the global shift, including social media advantages and the fact that consumers are more likely to be shopping after getting paid on Fridays than on Tuesdays. The IFPI came to the decision after consulting with artists, record labels, and retailers, as well as conducting consumer research. The IFPA also suggested that unified global releases could lead to a reduction in piracy. As it stands, albums are often released in other countries before they drop in the United States, which means would-be online pirates can conceivably download albums illegally before U.S. consumers have an opportunity to purchase CDs in stores and legally download the music. A unified release date might help curb that. The Music Business Association, the RIAA, the UK-based Featured Artists Coalition, and companies like Spotify are all standing behind this initiative. Crispin Hunt of the FAC said, "The FAC supports a global release date as a great opportunity to re-engage the public with new music and reignite excitement around new releases. We are in a time when the general public's involvement with music has become more fleeting and somehow less social. A global release date could help change that, as the weekend is when the public are most engaged with music and offer the best opportunity for musicians to access their audience. We believe a Friday release would best serve the artist." Added Kerry Sherman, chairman and CEO of RIAA, he said, "There's a strong consensus for a singular global release date. Consumer research and feedback has informed the decision that Friday is the optimal choice." He also added, "More than ever, the music industry has become global, and we represent international companies marketing international acts in multiple markets. Geographic lines are also irrelevant to digital marketing strategies and fans' expectations of instant access to their favorite music. This change will be good for fans and good for business." Academy Award-winning actress Monique is speaking out and taking issues with comments made by Precious director Lee Daniels, who said the Oscar-winning actress fell from grace in Hollywood for making unreasonable demands. Daniels' comment essentially confirmed reports that Monique was blackballed following her Best Supporting Actress Oscar for the 2009 drama. But in an interview Thursday with Don Lemon on CNN Tonight, the actress insisted she was offered parts in other movies. "They just didn't make sense to me." She also added, "It wasn't that I was blackballed like Mr. Daniels. Like Mr. Daniels said. The phone was ringing and the scripts were coming, but the offers that were associated with them made me say, I can't accept that." She explained, adding that taking such offers would have sent a negative message to other African American women. "If we continue to accept these low offers, how do we make a change?" she asked. During her interview, a clip was played of Empire creator Daniels' appearance on CNN the previous night. In that interview, Daniels told Lemon that Monique hadn't played ball and didn't understand the business of Hollywood, which ultimately caused her to fade from the spotlight. The director also added, "I think that there were demands that were made on the Precious campaign that everyone knows hurt her. I told her that. You've got to play ball. That is not just show, it's show business." Monique told Lemon she watched Daniels' interview from home and was stunned by what he said. It shocked me. I was yelling at the screen, "Don, please ask him what the demands were." She continued, "There were no demands. There was a request from the movie studio that I fly to France for the Cannes Film Festival. I simply said, I respectfully decline." She explained that she was busy working on her late-night talk show on BET and had additional responsibilities as a wife and a mommy. She said, "I had a couple of days downtime and I wanted to spend that with my husband and my kids." However, Monique said the studio Lionsgate continued to pressure her with an offer to upgrade her hotel, but again she declined. When the third call came asking what was going to take to get Monique to the Cannes Film Festival, her husband, who served as her manager, asked, "Is there a number associated with it?" The studio responded that it would never pay for anyone to do promotional work for a movie. Monique pointed out that she only received $50,000 for a role in Precious. She also hinted that perhaps there should have been compensation offered for travel to promote the movie. She said, appearing to choose her words cautiously, "It really wasn't about the money, and I am not complaining because I signed up to do it with my friend. When the movie studio said we can't pay you to do this, we didn't have a problem with that. But that's when trouble started brewing and reports came out that she was being, quote, demanding and difficult," she said. As for Daniel's evaluation of her actions at the time, he told Lemon on Wednesday night, "Sometimes artists get in their own way." Rather than a big studio move, Monique said that she's now focused on independent films and will next appear in the indie drama Blackbird, which co-stars Isaiah Washington and is directed by Patrick N. Polk. She said of the film, "When we got it, we knew it was necessary we get involved to have the ownership of it and to tell this personal story. There are countless important global issues and matters of cultural importance discussed on social media, but hashtag the dress was now one of them. The top trend on Twitter Thursday was whether a dress was blue and black or gold and white. Different users saw different colors and were all dead set that they were right. The debate was sparked by a Tumblr post earlier in the day, which quickly picked up steam and sparked passionate responses such as, "If that's not gold, my entire life has been a lie. I am going to cry. My class just had a debate over this. Half sees black and blue, the other half sees gold and white. Someone please explain this." One user even suggests reaching out to NASA to solve the color conundrum. One of the interests in net neutrality faded, and the runway llama drama in Arizona was under control. The hashtag the dress went on to take on Twitter. Even Fox comedian Mindy Kaling jumped on the trend and then dragged BJ Novak and the Pope into it. She wrote, at BJ Novak, "I love this picture of at Pontifex in his traditional black and blue. Why are you doing this? Why? Why?" When she didn't get a satisfactory answer from them, the Mindy Project started turning to Oscar winner Julianne Moore. #Julianne Moore, "Do you think your Oscar is black or gold?" Moore tweeted back, "Do you think your Oscar is black or gold?" Black. Russell Simmons says, "It's blue and black." The dress. Twitter user Owen Williams explained the strange day on social media best with this simple graphic. Just 2 days after Lupita Nyong'o stunned fashion critics at the 87th Annual Academy Awards in a Calvin Klein dress dripping with 6,000 pearls, the Oscar winner was herself stunned to discover it had been stolen out of her hotel room. The glamorous gown, valued at $150,000, was lifted out of Nyong'o's room at the London West Hollywood sometime between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. on Tuesday, the hotel confirmed to the Wrap. A London spokesperson said, "This is a terrible, unfortunate situation, and we are working with law enforcement on their investigation." Nyong'o, a 2014 Best Supporting Actress winner for her role in 12 Years a Slave, reportedly told police she was not at the hotel during those hours. Her publicist had no comment when contacted by the Wrap, while the West Hollywood Sheriff Station told the Wrap that no one was available to comment on the matter. Officials investigating the heist are reportedly reviewing hotel security footage, which may have captured the culprit. Alcon Entertainment announced Thursday that Prisoners filmmaker Denis Villeneuve is in negotiations to direct a sequel to Ridley Scott's classic Blade Runner, with star Harrison Ford set to reprise his original role as Rick Deckard. The story will take place several decades after the conclusion of the 1982 original, and production is slated to start in the summer of 2016. Hampton Fancher, who co-wrote the original Blade Runner, teamed with Michael Green to write the screenplay based on an idea by Fancher and Ridley Scott. Villeneuve has already earned Alcon's trust, having worked with them on the Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal thriller Prisoners. Outcomes, Andrew Kossoff and Broderick Johnson said in a joint statement, "We are honored that Harrison is joining us on this journey with Dennis Villeneuve, who is a singular talent, and as we experience personally on Prisoners. Hampton and Michael with Ridley Scott have crafted a uniquely potent and faithful sequel to one of the most universally celebrated films of all time, and we couldn't be more thrilled with this amazing creative team." Alcon Entertainment acquired the film, television, and ancillary franchise rights to Blade Runner in 2011 from producer Bud Yorkin, with the goal of producing pre-sequels and sequels to the iconic science fiction thriller. Yorkin will serve as a producer on the sequel, along with Kossoff and Johnson, while Cynthia Skiles Yorkin will co-produce. Frank Agistira and Tim Gamble, CEOs of Thunderbird Films, will serve as executive producers. Ford will be next seen in The Age of Adeline for Lionsgate and Disney's Star Wars The Force Awakens. Melo most recently directed the crime thriller Sicario, starring Emily Blunt, Josh Brolin, and Benicio del Toro for Black Label Media and Lionsgate. Blade Runner was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being, quote, culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. The film was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry in 1993 and is frequently taught in university courses. In 2007, it was named the #2 most visually influential film of all time by the Visual Effects Society. Jonathan Groff, the voice of Kristoff in the Disney smash hit Frozen, told a rap at the Paley Center for Media on Wednesday that the new song debuting in Frozen Fever that followed short to the original film will be stuck in your heads as much as Let It Go. And Idina Menzel's addictive hit won the 2014 Academy Award for Best Original Song and became an obsession among children around the world. Disney's latest offering, Frozen Fever, will play before screenings of the new live-action update of Cinderella, which opens in theaters March 13th. In addition to Frozen, Groff is known for his role as Patrick on HBO's show Looking, which follows a group of young gay men living in San Francisco, and the Paley Center's event honored the show. Attendees include Groff and fellow stars Frankie J. Alvarez, Murray Bartlett, Raul Castillo, Lauren Weigman, and Daniel Franzi. Executive producer Andrew Haig and Michael Lannon, creator and co-executive producer, were also on hand. Rocker Courtney Love's attempt to dismiss her defamation lawsuit were thwarted on Thursday when an appellate judge ruled the entertainer could indeed be sued as she was less popular than Marlon Brando and her case lacked First Amendment implications. John Simaranger, the plaintiff in the lawsuit, is a fashion designer who goes by the name of Boudoir Queen, and this is the second lawsuit she has levied against Love. Simaranger successfully sued the former Hole frontman for Twitter-based aka Twibble defamation in 2011 to the tune of $430,000 after the singer had called her a prostitute and drug pusher on the popular social media platform. The new case stems from comments Love made in 2014 on Pinterest and during an interview on The Howard Stern Show. The singer and recurring star of Fox's Empire filed an anti-SLAPP motion based around a California law protecting the petition and free speech rights of the state's residents, hoping to have the new lawsuit dismissed. But on Thursday, the Court of Appeals of the state of California had ruled that Love wasn't actually covered under the statute. In 2004, Marlon Brando's housekeeper Blanche Hall sued producers of a TV show examining the actor's will, which named her as a beneficiary. The court eventually ruled against her, deciding that the TV producers were protected by free speech as Brando's probate was in fact an issue of widespread public interest. Love's legal team argued that her comments should be protected from litigation because they somehow enriched the conversation surrounding freedom of speech, but the judge was unconvinced. Judge Goodman continued, defendant in this case contended that her comments on the Howard Stern show and on the internet have relationships with public interest in that they foster debate about the scope of freedom of speech, of expression on the internet and other public fora. Yet defendant presents no admissible evidence that any such debate followed either her appearance on the Howard Stern show or after her internet posting. Days into the fallout from remarks Juliana Rancid made about actress Zendaya Coleman smelling like patchouli oil and weed. Media reports alleged that the embattled E! News host was simply trying to channel the late Joan Rivers. An insider told People magazine Juliana is trying to be Joan. She can't be. She is not that funny, and she shouldn't be. That's what happens when you let a news anchor do a comedy show. Rivers revived the Fashion Police franchise for E! And served as its moderator until her death in September 2014. The series was rebooted in January with Kathy Griffin as Rivers' replacement. Representatives for E! And Rancid have not yet returned the rap's request for comment. The Zendaya's look in question was one she wore to Sunday's Academy Awards, a demure white dress with her hair styled and dreadlocks pinned elegantly out of her face. When Fashion Police aired Monday, the star of the Disney Channel, Shake It Up, immediately responded to Rancid's comments. She wrote in a long Instagram caption, "To say that an 18-year-old woman with locks must smell like patchouli oil and weed is not only a large stereotype, but outrageously offensive. Going to say certainly remarks cannot go unchecked." Reactions to Rancid, who has profusely apologized, are limited to Twitter users and daytime TV hosts like the women of The View. Her Fashion Police co-star Kelly Osbourne inserted herself directly into the issue. Osbourne tweeted in all caps Tuesday that she did not make the offensive comments about Zendaya, adding that she did not condone racism and as a result was, quote, seriously questioned staying on the show. She has since backed off that claim following Rancid's apology. And that's your entertainment report for Thursday, February 26, 2015. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to wrap the week up, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter @The Enter Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report. Just search for The Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, and it'll take you to our page. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.